So here I have Paul, the Under-23s manager. Paul, how have your team got on this year?
Yeah, it's been a bit of an indifferent season. At the beginning of the season, we were predominantly an under-19 side, but with the leagues reshuffling, we ended up going in under-23s league. So that puts us in a situation where at the beginning of the season we have to enter an under-18s team, which is in the FA Cup, and then we have the under-19s County Cup, and now we're in this under-23s league. So we have quite a broad spectrum of age groups that come through and train with us, but it gives us an opportunity to develop the players from our under-16s group and gently bring them through into the under-18s, under-19s and then into the under-23s.
Well, I guess that's what you want really, just to progress and even have them sort of like under-16s come in with some players that are close to the first team, first environment.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've got a lad playing tonight. He's 16. He plays for our under-16s age group. So he's just testing the water to see, how he copes in that environment. We've got a lot of our players are 17, 18-year-olds, which we're trying to school in the right way so that if the opportunity comes to go through to first team, they've had a little bit of experience with more adult players, and it's that gradual steps into the first team that we want to do and not just throw them in at the deep end.
Mm-hmm. And I guess that's the big aim of sort of like the under-23s through to the sort of like this whole age group, is to try and help them progress through to the first team. And how's the success going with that?
Yeah, I mean, good. I mean, it's lucky that we've got Jono that's willing to have a look at these young players, and we have had. We've got Ethan Daly Smith at the minute who's training with the first team, and we've got Ben Chamberlain, the keeper that's training with the first team and has been since the beginning of the season, and is featured in the County Cup games for the first team. So it's little steps, and we just give them a little bit of opportunities there, and then eventually, obviously, they become accustomed with training with the first team, and then should Jono want to step one of these up into a game, they're ready, they're used to the players, and they know how they want them to play. So
Ben must be a great example as well for the rest of the squad to be able to see that it is possible and that Jono is looking, I guess, and so that must be really good for you to be able to give them motivation as well.
Yeah, no, I mean, they've been really good with him, to be fair. At the beginning of the season, he went in pre-season, as did, 2 or 3 other lads, and did a full pre-season with them. But Ben's stuck with it, and he's at home games, he warms up with the first team keeper, so he knows that his time will come, and he's willing to be patient and take his time and just take the opportunities when he gets them.
Mm-hmm. And in terms of sponsorship, how's that looking for your team?
We are looking for sponsors for this coming season. Obviously, the same as the first team, we rolled over all the sponsors last year just to give something back, because it was such the last 2 seasons have been such a disrupted season with the COVID. But we are looking for sponsors for the kits this year, home and away. But just a big thanks to the previous sponsors, because all these things, it cost money, and without the sponsors we won't be able to do what we do. So big thanks to MJ Builders that did it last term, but we're just looking for new ones for this year.
And how are we looking forward into the rest of the season and into next season with the team? What sort of progression are we looking at?
Same as really, like I say, we kind of set up at the beginning of the season as an under-19s team, so we have got a lot of young ones there. So next year, they'll be a little bit more wiser, they'll be a little bit more stronger. And as the season's gone on, we've strengthened sides, and now we do get a lot of calls from players coming in, and probably in the last week I've probably had 3 or 4 calls from players that are coming from Hartlepool and Doncaster and things like that, or wanting to come down because as we're doing well in the first team, people want to be involved in the club. So we have a look at them and go from there. But come next year, we'll be starting afresh come August time and getting ready for the under-18s in that FA Cup.
Brilliant, thank you, Paul.